Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today is a Thrifty Thursday haul and it's a collection of books and ephemera that I've collected just over the last week. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and definitely leave a comment because I'm loving reading the comments that people have been leaving recently. Also, if you'd like to add any of these items to your own collection, you can visit my Etsy store, which is in the description box below. Alright, let's get on to the video. So the first item I found is this Webster's dictionary. It's really small, you can see it's about the size of my hand, so it's kind of like a pocket dictionary. And it's interesting because it was actually found it was actually from the USA, and I'm in Western Australia, so I always wonder how it got where it got. I can't tell how old it is. It does say printed in the USA, and it's just a really nice kind of leathery looking dictionary, and I just got it from an op shop here and it was only $1, which is great. So I'm going to be selling these as pages and also adding them to my mixed ephemera packs, but they look really great in journals as well. So the next thing I got is this roll of, I think it's 80s or 90s wallpaper trim, kind of like the trim that you used to put on the side of like in the middle of walls, and it's kind of floral themed. You can see that I think the adhesive is starting to deteriorate because you can see it's like kind of pinky here, but it's got four different varieties, of flower there, and I just thought they were just so pretty, and it's got this really nice texture as well, kind of like embossed. So I thought they would make really cool additions to junk journal pages, like you could sew them in as pages, and you could even write on the back. I mean, it is like peel and stick, but you could add something to the back of them. But I got a big roll of them as well, and I think there's some instructions in here. Hanging instructions. Yeah, there you go. So it shows you if you want to adhere it. And I mean, I guess it's even just easy to paste onto a page that's already been sewn in. So yeah, I thought that was really cute. I got that from the salvage yard that I have been to many times before. I've actually done a video on other things I found at the salvage yard, but always find something good there. Now this is one that I got from an op shop, and I was surprised because it's actually really old, and usually things that I find at this particular op shop that are quite vintage, even if they're not even vintage, even if they just like are in the vintage style, they're usually really expensive, but this was actually quite cheap, and it was in the kids section, like the board game section. It's an old bingo board set, and you guys know how much I love bingo sets. Now I've already gone through and kind of sorted this out, and I have already listed it in my Etsy store, and I got to that really quickly. But I just love the box, so I'm definitely keeping the box. And inside you can see things that I've put up for sale. So here are the bingo markers, which are wooden, and they're just so nice vintage style. And the boards, I'll just grab those. The bingo boards were fabulous. They are these lovely green ones here. So I've already packaged them up ready to go, but I will pull one of them out so you can see. And they're just these really cool green kind of thick cardstock bingo boards. So I was really lucky to find that, and love the box, and I'll be keeping the box to store something in. But yeah, that was my bingo board set, so I love that. Next I got 2 sewing patterns. Now, sewing patterns this old are really hard to come by, but I found these just in a drawer of sewing patterns at my Salvo's op shop. If you're in the US, I think you guys have Salvation Army op shops, maybe. We call them Salvos. So yeah, at the Salvos, I found these amongst a whole lot of like 80s and 90s sewing patterns, which are what you usually find, but these ones are 60s ones. So I love them. So I think I'm going to try to make some of the sewing pattern journals that I've seen other creators make, if I get time. time. I've run behind a lot in my store, and I just want to kind of get things rolling in the Etsy store before I start making any more journals. I've only really made 2. One of them I still have to show you guys. I have so many ideas, but it's just so hard to get started. So yeah, I love this. I just loved the colors on this one. I love the houndstooth pattern. It was really cool. And then this color here, this style here, but I just really hope that these price tags will come off. Why do they put price tags on the front? Like, you know, really? Anyway, I found 2 children's books. I've got some more children's books to show, but these ones came from the same place. So these came from the salvage yard as well that I usually go to. I'll move that out of the way. This first one is called Farmyard Frolics. It's just a really cute children's book. It was only, I think, about $1 or $2. And like, look at the beautiful illustrations. I'll go through it really quickly. It's lovely. It looks kind of like 50s, you know, mid 50s maybe. But just the style of the illustrations is absolutely beautiful. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these pages yet. I see them and I really want to keep them, but I know that, you know, what am I going to do with all of these beautiful illustrations? I just end up selling them on my Etsy store. So if anyone's interested in any of these illustrations that you... Now this is beautiful. I'm framing that. I'm keeping this. This needs to be framed. How beautiful is that? But that's, you know, the treasure that you find in these old books. Even that's beautiful as well. So yeah, that was a lovely little book that I got for a steal. And this one's called Caroline Goes to Sea. And it's also just got some really nice illustrated pages in there of like puppies and kittens and trains. And these are all really popular ephemera packs in my store. So I always find ways to add them into my ephemera packs. I think some pages might be missing, or it might just be a really short story. But yeah, how beautiful is the front cover as well? The front cover would make a really lovely journal cover. Now, I found this gardening in colour book, and this is probably the 3rd one of these that I've bought. Every time I see it, I buy it because it has really fantastic vintage flower illustrations in them. You can see here. And they just make really cute journal cards. You can turn them into pockets in your junk journals. And I know a lot of people that purchase from me that are artists. I might just move these things out of the way. They use them a lot in art, and I've seen these black and white, really like pops of floral black and white kind of pictures. They look really great in artwork as well. But you can just see like the beautiful colors that you get in this particular book. It's this particular book that I've found 3 times. And every time I see it, I love it. You might have seen in my cooking journal, I've done a page based on pies. So I used this particular page from another version of this book that I had as a background. So you can use them as backgrounds. They're just stunning. The colors are just beautiful. Look at that. So every time I find this book, and if you're Australian, you'll probably find it commonly in an op shop, because I found it like 3 times now. So look out for this book. It's called Gardening in Colour. It's kind of like a late 60s book, I think. It's an Australian Women's Weekly book. It says 1967. There you go. So look out for that one if you like to add those kinds of pictures into your journals. I picked up from Facebook Marketplace these 2 Lucy Atwell books, and I love Lucy Atwell books because they're so colourful, and the illustrations are just so cute. So I've already done some die cutting from another one of these Lucy Atwell books that I got. This one I haven't really touched yet. Just think it's so cute, but just the front covers are absolutely beautiful for making journals. This one here I'm not going to cut up, I'm not going to do anything with. I just think it just is a really cute book, so I'm going to keep it as it is and add it to my collection. And you can see just how beautiful the pages are in this book. Look at this. It's just so, the colors are so bright. it's such a cute book. So this one here, I am going to leave it as is because I just think the illustrations are too beautiful. And I'll find a use for it one day. But for now, it's cute enough just sitting in my little collection of children's books that I won't do anything with at the moment. I just love the front cover, isn't it so cute? And the last few things, this is actually quite a short video, but the last things are these Disney little golden books that I picked up. And these are, 3 of them are soft covers, which you don't see very often, and one of them is a hard cover here. And I'm going to use, I actually have a bit of a Disney collection of ephemera going, and eventually I'll create a Disney junk journal. Eventually, all of these ideas, but I never get around to them because I'm too busy collecting things. But I love the illustrations in Disney little golden books. Like, just look at the colors, they're just beautiful. So this one's based on the 7 Dwarves. And I've never seen this particular title before, but I love it. It's great. It's got the really vintage golden book backing on it, which is fantastic. And then we've got Peter Pan and Wendy, and this particular book has beautiful illustrations in it as well. If you like Disney, you will love these. Look at that, it's lovely. And a Cinderella one. I love this. I love them all. The Cinderella one is great. Got beautiful illustrations as well, and a Pinocchio one. Pinocchio's always got, there's one particular picture in here. He's like, I think when he goes to the, what's that, candy place. I haven't watched Pinocchio in ages, but there's a picture here, the fun fair. Oh no, I can't find it. It must have been in another one. But there's that one as well. So yeah, that is what I've picked up over the last week. Hopefully you saw some things that you might want to keep your eye out for. These Lucy Atwell books are fantastic. The little golden books, the Disney ones especially, have beautiful illustrations in them. That gardening book, and sewing patterns are starting to get really, really rare in the op shops. Actually, I shouldn't say all sewing patterns, but these kind of 50s and 60s ones are, so when I see them, I pick them up. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please send me a comment. Let me know what you thought of what I found. Tell me what you have found in the last week as well. And hopefully I can get on to sharing my next journals with you very soon.